guys, welcome to another live. Oh my gosh, there. I'm very excited to have you guys here tonight. So if this is your first time in my channel, we do lives every Tuesday and Friday about the Old and the New Testament. So in this live, as you guys already saw in the title, we're going to be reading about Sodom and Gomorrah. Not about what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. We're going to read that in like a few lives from now, because we're not there yet and we're reading the Bible in order, so we can't, I don't want to skip anything, you know. So right now we are well, as you guys already saw in the title, we're going to be talking about how Abraham rescued Lot and also how he rescued Sodom and Gomorrah. If you guys didn't know that, Abraham rescued Sodom and Gomorrah because they were in war with another king and got defeated. Okay, but so you guys can hear a little bit of a backup story. In the past lives, we spoke about how Abraham and Lot separated because they used to live with each other in some way. But they had a lot of cattle, right? Both of them. So the land was very small for their cattle, so they had to separate. Lot went to live near Sodom and Gomorrah. So at the end, he was living inside Sodom. Sodom. So, well, we're going to be reading what happened, right? So it says that the king of Sodom and Gomorrah, so there's two different cities, two different kings, right? They were under the rule of the king of Elam. That's the name of the city, Elam. It was another city nearby, but the thing is that Sodom and Gomorrah, they were under the rule of this other king. But the king of Sodom and Gomorrah rebelled against the king of Elam. Well, when they rebelled, they practically declared independence, right? Just how we did it, how a lot of countries did it, right? So basically, Sodom and Gomorrah, they declared independence from the king of Elam, right? So that's basically what happened. They were fighting, but the bad part is that Sodom and Gomorrah lost. So when they lost, the king of Elam, they had to take all of their cattle, all of their gold, all of their things, including the people that were living in the city. So basically the citizens, right? The citizens of Sodom and Gomorrah, they had to take them captive. So remember Lot, who was a nephew of Abraham? He was living in one of these cities, which was Sodom. So basically they took Lot captive. So that's why Abraham comes and rescues Lot, right? So let's keep reading. It says, the four kings seized all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, because it was four kings against them, right? Because there was like the main king was Elam, the king of Elam, but there were like many kingdoms that he was ruling over. But Sodom and Gomorrah, they rebelled against him. So that's why he brought all his other kingdoms with him, all the other kings, and they fought against Sodom and Gomorrah. So it was four kings in total. So it says that the four kings seized all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their food, and they went away. They also carried off Abraham's nephew Lot and his possessions, since he was living in Sodom. So they also took Lot and his possession and his families captive, right? It says, a man who had escaped came and reported this to Abram the Hebrew. So basically a man who was able to escape from Lot's people, he came to Abraham and told him what was happening. Now Abraham was living near great trees of Mamre and Amorite, a brother of Eshcol and Daner, all of whom were allied with Abraham. When Abraham heard that his relative had been taken captive, he called out 318 trained men born in his household and went in pursuit as far as Dan. So basically, Abraham went and pursued these other kings, these four kings that defeated Sodom and Gomorrah. So let's take a look in this, because Sodom and Gomorrah, they were two built cities who had armies, obviously, right? And Abraham, he didn't have a city. He wasn't living in a specific city. And it was Abraham and his family, which was a big group of people who were with him, that went and rescued Lot. But if we think about it, Abraham didn't have a city. He didn't have an army, right, to fight against, to fight with, right? So basically it was just him and the people that he knew. That was a total of 318 people. They went and fought against these 4 kings, right? During the night, Abraham divided his men to attack them, and he routed them, pursuing them as far as Hobach, north of Damascus. He recovered all the goods and brought back his relative Lot and his possessions, together with the woman and the other people. So basically, Abraham defeated these 4 kings that defeated Sodom and Gomorrah. So this is how we know that God was with Abraham. You can clearly see it because these 4 kings defeated Sodom and Gomorrah, which were 2 cities with an army, right? But 2 big cities with an army couldn't defeat these 4 kings. But Abraham, who didn't have a city, who didn't have an army, who was just him and his big family, who was a total of 318 people, obviously there was no like you can't compare this, because Abraham had 318 people, and the army of these 4 kings, probably it was like 100,000, I don't know, 50,000, who knows, right? But Abraham was able to defeat these 4 kings with only 318 people, right? And this is how you know that God was with him. So it says that Abraham recovered his nephew Lot, recovered all his possessions, and also some possessions, and well, all the possessions and the people from Sodom and Gomorrah, right? It says that after Abraham returned from defeating the kings, the king of Sodom came out to meet him in the valley of Shaveh. That is the king's valley. Then the king of Salem brought out bread and wine. He was priest of God Most High, and he blessed Abraham, saying, "Blessed be Abraham by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand." So basically, the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah, they were very happy with Abraham. They thanked him, and there was even a priest who blessed Abraham. So yeah, it says that then Abraham gave him 1/10 of everything. So Abraham gave this priest, who was the priest of God, of Yahweh, he gave him the 1/10 of everything. So basically the thighs. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, like when you give the thighs to church, the 1/10 of everything. Because in Spanish it's diezmo. So it's the thighs, I think it's in English. Or tithes. But it says, the king of Sodom said to Abram, "Give me the people and keep the goods for yourself." So basically all the things that Abraham rescued, the people and the goods, oh my gosh, that sounds weird, but the goods from the city, Sodom and Gomorrah, the king said to Abraham to keep the goods and so just return the people, basically, right? The citizens. But Abraham said to the king of Sodom, "With raised hand I have sworn an oath to the Lord God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, that I will accept nothing belonging to you, not even a thread or the strap of a sandal, so that you will never be able to say, 'I made Abraham rich,'" right? Because if the king of Sodom gave Abraham goods, then when God made Abraham rich, then the king of Sodom was going to be like, "Oh yeah, he's rich because of me, because of the goods that I gave him," right? And that's not how it is, right? It was God who made him rich. And he says, "I will accept nothing but what my men have eaten, and the share that belongs to the man who went with me, to Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre." That's the names of like 3 cities. "Let them have their share." So basically that's it. That's everything that we're going to be reading. After this, Lot went back to Sodom and Gomorrah, because obviously when we're going to be reading about the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, if you're familiarized with the story, you know that God was, that God rescued Lot and his family from the city when it was about to be destroyed, right? So obviously Lot went back to Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's everything for this live, guys. I hope you guys learned something very interesting. And we're going to be reading in the next live about God's covenant with Abraham, and also about, we're going to be reading about Ishmael, Isaac, and all these interesting stories in the Bible that it's going to lead us to the tribes of Israel, right? So that's everything for this live. I hope you guys like this live, and if you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with all your friends, with all your family, comment down below any doubts that you have, and also don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you know every time I upload another live. Also, I have a Spanish channel where I do Spanish lives and videos about the Bible as well. So if you guys know anyone who doesn't speak English and they would like to learn more about God, you can send them to that channel. It's attached to this channel as well. So you just go to this channel and then go to channels, and then there you're gonna find it. So that's all for this live. God bless you all and have a great week. See you.